This video is brought to you by Squarespace. Hi everyone! It is summer, meaning my hair is shorter, but also flea markets. There are so many flea markets here in Sweden in the summers, and there are so many people there. It has almost become like a disease. It kind of reminds me of these videos that I've seen from Black Friday, you know, when people are running and just grabbing things. It is almost like that, so of course I had to go to one myself, and I actually managed to find a few things that I thought could be fun to paint on. We have a few glass vases, a cute little glass jar with a very crusty lid. So since I'm not really sure how well it will work to paint on see-through glass, I also got this, a porcelain vase. Got a very interesting shape, just to have some different options, just in case. But yeah, I'm very excited to get started, so let's do that. I just want to mention real quick that there is a clearance sale in my shop right now, just to make some room for some new fresh products that will drop later this August. 10 to 20% discount on all the products right now. Please check it out. Link is in the description box below. Alright, so let's start with our first victim, the fancy vase from Orrefors, which is a well-known glassworks here in Sweden. It was a little chipped at the edge, but I smoothed it out with some sandpaper. I also gave it a good wash because it was a little dirty. So this is the only one of the projects in this video that I actually had a clear idea for. I don't know how visible it is on camera, but the glass has like a striped effect to it, like there are these ridges around the vase. It must be on the inside though, because the outside is perfectly smooth, which is fortunate because it makes it a lot easier to paint on. Anyway, I really like this striped effect, and I thought it would be a shame to just hide it under a bunch of paint, so I decided to do a design that will still show the glass. And since the glass is see-through, obviously any design that I paint on will be visible from every angle, meaning that the back of the paint will be visible too. So I wanted to use that to my advantage. With a gold paint pen, I made this dotted design around the vase. Then I paint with purple acrylic paint on top of that. I don't really have any special paint made for glass, so I had to be very careful. Glass is super tricky to paint on since the paint scrapes off really easily. So I used a hairdryer to make sure that everything is dry before going in with the next layer. So I paint over everything with a dark blue just to make sure that the paint is as opaque as it can be, so that the lighter paint that I will paint on next won't show through. I thought it would be a neat effect to have the smoke or cloud design have one color on the inside and a lighter one on the outside. So I'm painting the outer layer in this greenish teal color. It took a few layers because the purple kept showing through. Even at the very end you can still see a little bit of purple through the greens. I added some white details and also some more golden dots to finish it all up, and then to avoid having it all scraped off, I used acrylic coating to seal up the design. And if I had been a little more clever, I would have masked off all the unpainted areas, because the acrylic coating made the glass all matte. So I had to go over the whole vase and remove the excess coating with some nail polish remover, so that was a bit of a pain. But in the end, I'm really happy with how this one turned out. It was such a fun little project. I love the purple and the green. It's a very nice effect. So before we get into the next project, I just want to give a huge thank you to today's sponsor, Squarespace. If you want to build a beautiful website, gallery or shop and you want it to be easy, Squarespace will do all the hard work for you while you can focus on being creative. With flexible website templates, you can edit, customize and change anything however you like to fit your unique needs. Make a little extra money by monetizing your your content with exclusive access to sections of your website, or maybe sell custom merch to engage your followers, design your own items and sell them in your online store, physical, digital or service products, Squarespace have all the tools that you need to get started. Go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/Kattvalk to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Thanks so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Next we have the other glass vase, and this one was a lot easier to paint on since I could actually put it down on the desk while painting it. The other vase I had to hold in my hand the whole time, so it got a little more tricky. Anyway, this one I had no plans for at all. I just wanted some really bright and fun colors, so I picked red and yellow. And at this point, since I didn't really know what I was doing, I was just experimenting, and I was looking around in my studio for some art supplies to use on this, and I found this. It is a flexible calligraphy pen, so the nib is very soft and it won't scratch off the acrylic paint. So I just started scribbling a bunch of these random lines and shapes, and I think it actually looks pretty cool. It was definitely a lot of fun making this pattern. So guys, take a good look at this, because this is the best this vase will ever look. As it is right now, I loved it, I was very pleased with it. So here it is after the acrylic spray coating, and yeah, the black pen bled and created like a grayish halo around the scribbles. The black had also faded a bit, so it don't look as nice and contrasted as before. So yeah, I wasn't very happy with this, so I tried saving it with some Posca pens, trying to add some highlights and some gold details to brighten it up a bit, but yeah, that didn't really work. So this is definitely my least favorite of the bunch, but yeah, this one is done. The final one will be the porcelain vase. I will unfortunately not do the jar in this episode because I was running out of time, and also I had discovered that glass is actually really hard to paint on if you don't have proper glass paint, so I will save that one for something else. But anyway, I didn't have any plans for this one either, so I just started with a colorful base layer for this one too. I love green, so I slapped on a bunch of green colors. I did sand the surface first to make the paint stick a little better. Once I had the base layer done, I sealed it all with the acrylic spray coat, and then it is ready to decorate. I'm using a black permanent marker, and finally I had an idea what I wanted to make. Of course, there needs to be cats. I'm just starting doodling a bunch of random little kitties, and because of the shape of the vase, it is a little tricky to draw on, and some of the lines turns out shaky and wobbly. I am also terrible at freehanding, so the cats are turning out a little ugly, but I kind of wanted them to be. I wanted them to look very unique and artsy, so I tried to embrace all the imperfections, which is a little hard for a perfectionist such as myself, so I think this was a very good little exercise. I felt like I became more and more comfortable and confident further into the process. It was a lot of fun making up all the cat shapes to fill in all the areas, and I tried to be very spontaneous with it, using different patterns and textures to make it a little more interesting. I love how this is turning out, but I felt like it needed something more to make the silly cats pop a little extra. So I added some details with pink, purple and green Posca pens. I'm adding some cheeks, tongues, a few stripes and spots, paw prints, some buttholes, classical cat things, you know. Adding all the Posca details, I think it was really brought this together. It is kind of ugly in a way, really like the way some of the cats are drawn. The style is a little sloppy, which is on purpose because I can't really draw perfect on this uneven surface, so again, let's just embrace that. If I saw this vase out in a store somewhere, I would probably buy it because it is so strange and unique, and also cats, you know. Painting on porcelain was also a lot easier than painting on glass, so the whole process was a lot more fun too. If I can find more porcelain items when going to flea markets or thrift stores, I will probably get more to paint on. But yeah, here it is. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know which one of the vases you love the most. Mine is definitely the green with the cats. Also, if you have any suggestions for other things to paint on, let me know. I might turn this into a series. That is all for now. Thanks Squarespace for sponsoring this video, and thank you guys for watching. I will see you next time. Keep drawing my happy cats. Bye!